The captivating era of the Wild West has been glorified by mainstream media, showcasing it as a significant phase in the history of the United States, with numerous films and television shows depicting it. The people and communities living during this time had to depend on their courage and resourcefulness to make it through a tumultuous time of dangers lurking around every corner. The Apache Native American tribe in the Southwest gained recognition for their relentless resistance against the American government's territorial ambitions. The Apache people had a different justice system that dealt with criminal wrongdoing committed by members of their tribe in a punitive manner. The nature of these penalties was particularly ruthless and ferocious, and as a result, they were often labeled as diabolical due to their extreme severity. In this video, we'll delve deep into the brutal punishments meted out by the Apache tribe during the notorious Wild West era. Our investigation shall thoroughly analyze the reasons behind these severe penalties, the techniques employed, and their extensive ramifications on the individual undergoing the ordeal and the larger Apache community. Our primary aim through this study is to gain a more profound understanding of the Apache culture and its unique way of life. The punishments. The Apache people were known for their unwavering pride and fierce independence, upholding a strict standard of honor throughout their tribe. To maintain order and ensure justice was carried out fairly, the Apache demanded that any of their members who committed crimes to be punished accordingly. Their punishments were often severe and brutal, serving as a warning to others and deterring future criminal activity within their community. This was all done to uphold their values and protect their people from harm. Banishment. Banishment from the clan was a dominant form of punishment. Such a penalty was severe because it led to complete isolation from family and community. The perpetrator was abandoned in the vast, treacherous wilderness with minimal possibility of survival. In most cases, this punishment was reserved for heinous crimes like murder and theft committed against the tribe. Mutilation. The practice of mutilation was commonly resorted to by the Apache as a form of punishment. This method involved the amputation of body parts such as fingers or ears as a means of disciplining the offender. Mutilation was typically implemented in cases where a fellow tribesman had transgressed against another member of the tribe and was seen as a vital tool in ensuring that justice was carried out and balance was restored to the community. Thus, this approach was widely viewed as an effective way of preserving the social order and upholding the Apache legal system. Scalping. In ancient times, tribes had a unique and savage way of punishing wrongdoers known as scalping. This method was often reserved for individuals believed to have committed a crime against the tribe. Scalping involved the removal of the hair and skin from the victim's scalp with sharp knives or other instruments, typically done while the person was still alive. The intent behind this severe form of punishment was to inflict immense physical and emotional pain on the offender, hoping it would serve as a warning to deter others from committing similar transgressions. Despite its brutal nature, scalping was viewed as an effective way to maintain the tribe's authority and ensure that law and order were kept within the community. The Apache community had an exceptional and distinct approach to justice, referred to as the enemy way, in addition to the traditional forms of punishment. This method of seeking justice involved an elaborate and intricate arrangement of rites and rituals aimed at purifying individuals who had fought with individuals from a foreign group. The tribe considered the enemy technique a mechanism that restored equilibrium within the group and ensured that the individual who caused the battle was no longer a threat. This approach was necessary to maintain harmony and safeguard the community's well-being. By implementing such a practice, the tribe was able to prevent potential conflicts from escalating and causing harm to its members. Thus, the enemy method was crucial in maintaining social cohesion and promoting peace within the group. It is worth mentioning that the consequences that the Apache tribe utilized in earlier times may appear brutal when compared to today's standards. Still, they were executed within a framework of a distinct culture. They deemed these penalties indispensable to guard and maintain their customs and traditions. During the time of the Wild West, Apache's savage retribution seems to have been part and parcel of their tribe's culture. Nonetheless, it is imperative to note that they didn't solely rely on such heinous punishments to maintain order within their community. To ensure peace and harmony prevailed, the Apache had a well-organized system of laws and regulations that guided their way of life. The Apache people were known for their strict regulations concerning both marital and sexual behavior. Their code of conduct dictated that adultery was an egregious offense with severe consequences, including banishment from the tribe and retribution for running the gauntlet. Similarly, theft was also considered a significant transgression dealt with harshly according to their customs and traditions. any violation of these prescribed laws was met with stern punishment befitting the seriousness of the crime. Throughout Apache culture, many customs and conventions were transferred orally from ancestor to descendant, supplementing the codified laws. These deeply ingrained traditions and beliefs had a resounding impact on every aspect of the Apache's existence, from their strategies for securing food to their methods of interpersonal dispute negotiation and intertribal politics. The Apache people had a fascinating unwritten practice which was a significant feature of their combat. It was known as counting coup. This ritual involved delicately tapping an enemy combatant with a hand or weaponry during a battle. The purpose of counting coups was to show off courage and honor. This tribal ceremony was a crucial part of the etiquette of Apache warfare and held significant cultural and historical significance for the community. The Apache people had a long-standing practice of accepting members from other tribes into their community, effectively adopting them as part of their own. Though not formally recorded, this custom was essential in building stronger relationships and fostering peaceful coexistence between groups. By bringing individuals from other tribes into their own fold, the Apache people were able to forge essential alliances and build trust across cultural boundaries. This tradition was, therefore, not just a simple act of kindness or generosity, but an integral part of Apache society and a crucial element in promoting peace and harmony between different peoples. Impact of the punishments. The ramifications of these penalties weighed heavily on those subjected to them, often with far-reaching and enduring consequences. Banishment from the community resulted in the individual's detachment from their loved ones and the collective, frequently leading to extended periods of seclusion and loneliness. Furthermore, in addition to the emotional pain, disfigurement and hair removal might permanently impair the physical appearance of the afflicted. The consequences of these punishments had far-reaching effects that extended beyond the unfortunate victims. The imposition of these harsh penalties instilled a sense of fear and suspicion within the entire tribe. The mere thought of the repercussions of breaching the tribe's established code of conduct was enough to send shudders down the spines of even the bravest members. The consequences of such disobedience entailed the risk of being ostracized, physically assaulted, or worse. This climate of terror and uncertainty permeated every aspect of tribal life and created a pervasive atmosphere of mistrust and dread. Moreover, it can't be denied that the punitive measures imposed on the Apache tribe by the white settlers profoundly impacted their relationship. The brutal and inhumane penalties inflicted upon the Apache were a common practice that often depicted them as uncivilized and primitive in the eyes of their oppressors. As a result, the already tenuous bond between the two factions was severely strained, leading to even further division between them. The Apache tribe's judicial system during the Wild West era was characterized by their notorious punishments. These punitive measures were believed to be vital in protecting the tribe's way of life and ensuring order and harmony within the community. While these punishments may seem excessively severe in modern times, it's essential to remember that they were applied within a specific cultural context. These punishments had a significant effect on the victims and the tribe as a whole. The exile, mutilation, and scalping victims suffered long-lasting physical and mental pain. Applying these penalties also contributed to the white settlers' misperception of the Apache by fostering a culture of fear and distrust among the tribe. The violent punishments that the Apache tribe inflicted during the Wild West epoch provide a peculiar perspective into the customs and legal regime of the community. A comprehensive grasp of these measures can enable us to further comprehend the Apache.